Oh, good. The cameras didn't follow through. Look,
What?
we're here, baby.
We're here.
Are you sure about that?
We're invisible.
There we go.
We're back. Invisible episode.
We're back.
There we are.
We're back, baby.
Sup?
We did the whole episode without realizing.
Yeah, like some
Yeah.
fucking.
Talk for a minute.
I have a really important question for
Person who
viewers,
close
even though it's going to be hard to tell on camera. What color is my hair?
Yeah. Tell me what color his hair
What
is.
color?
Tell
What
me.
color
David
is
Swift
this?
doesn't know what his hair color is.
Oh, I do. Trust me.
What color is my hair?
I do. I know.
I do. Actually, it says unknown on my driver's license.
Yeah, it says unknown.
Unknown.
Yeah.
Because
I think mine does too.
Doesn't really.
No, my last one did, not this one.
Mine says brown.
Mine says unknown.
My eyes say brown too, so it just says
Tail says
bro.
black.
Oh, interesting.
It's not. It's dark brown.
It's black.
It's dark
To be
brown.
fair,
It's
there is like
black.
a contrast filter.
Yeah. No, on camera. I probably
No, but it's black. You're right.
It's very dark brown.
It's black.
It is dark brown.
Yeah.
Mr. Black says brown.
You're wrong. It's black.
Well, Mr. Mr. Black knows about the color black.
No.
And he says my hair is not that.
Your hair is black.
He's an expert. He's Mister.
Yeah.
Heroes and villains. Thank you for joining us once again, or maybe for the very first time, this episode of the Umbra Initiative, the Mutants Masterminds 3rd Edition show, taking place in the small New Hampshire town of Arcadian Haven, where some multidimensional, secret organizational
Hair debates.
hair debates occur.
I got
My name
new
is-
hair.
My name is Colby, your Professor GM, joined here by my cast and crew, Cory,
Hi, my name is Cory, and tonight I'll be playing as Jordan Teller.
David,
Hi, my name's David, and I have brown hair, and I'm playing as Barrett Stair.
Yes, you do, King.
and Nicole.
He doesn't have brown hair. It's black.
What color hair are your characters?
Black.
Black.
Art imitates real life.
True.
Thank you for joining us. A few little announcements before we begin, per usual. We have a Patreon.
Yeah.
That's where we plug the most over there, where you can get over 30 minutes of extra content in the form of a post show
Every week.
Yeah.
every week. Amazing. You can also get audio downloads, and at the higher tiers, you got a special shout out. Thank you, Tales of Sorrow, Legendary Watermelon, for being awesome patrons over there at the 10th tier. But maybe you just can only donate $5. Man, if only you could get all the content.
If only.
But wait. You can.
What?
Nice. You absolutely can. You can get all the bonus content. $5, lowest tier. So thank you in advance. Patreon.com/The Umbra Initiative. Boy, man, that ad really took it out of me. If only I had some energy.
Energy, you say? What about Rogue Energy? If you use code KTX on RogueEnergy.com, you can get 10% off your order and get some amazing electrolytes, some of that taurine the kids love, a lot of caffeine.
What is taurine?
It's in Red Bull and stuff.
Oh,
Don't show the logo. You're gonna lose your
that's a
sponsorship.
can of Rogue Energy.
It's incognito.
You can get pre-workout drinks, you can get shakes, you can get a whole bunch of caffeinated goodness over there at RogueEnergy.com. Code KTX.
Yeah, nice idea. Make sure you also check us out on all of our other social medias. We got YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere you find Keep Tapping Apps. We got
Insta.
Spotify, Insta. Insta's a little different. That's Kate.
Oh, that's
KTX
initiative.
underscore, right?
Yeah, initiative.
Initiative underscore.
Initiative. Thank you.
We got a TikTok.
We have a TikTok.
there.
What is it?
Just Keep Tapping X.
Yeah, Keep Tapping Apps. And I gotta pull up the poll.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Poll.
You find us all at Keep Tapping Apps. Look up the Umbra Initiative.
You know, we switched out our chairs because the other chairs are really squeaky,
And you're squeaky.
Yours sweet. Mine doesn't.
and this one's mad squeaky.
Mine's not.
Is yours?
Mine's
Yours
really.
good?
It's just this one,
Well, good thing you're the most like chill.
I guess. Yeah, I'll try not to.
I
move
like
too
never
much.
see you move around. Meanwhile, I'm just like, I missed my circle chair.
I thought you just almost fell out of your chair. I was like, what is she
No,
doing?
I just put my leg up.
So, you can join us on our KTX Discord, which is in the links in all of our descriptions for everything. And there you can find the initiative polls room, where I will go over last week's poll question. What?
Wait, hold on. Sorry, before we post this, something about the Discord that got brought to my attention. I fixed it on the Twitch page, but a lot of our Discord links expire.
I'll fix that.
Okay, I fixed it on Twitch, and I think in our link tree too. I think. No,
It's
I might not
usually
have.
brought from Linktree.
Oh,
We'll
cool,
fix it.
okay.
We'll fix it by the time you guys listen.
Thanks, pals.
you can. Okay, yeah. So our poll question: what is your favorite location? We have the Amble Belt from Initiative, the Converging Expanse from Initiative, Arcadian Haven from the Umbra Initiative, Union's Crest Initiative, and the Umbras from you'll never guess the Umbra Initiative. Drum roll, please. The winner is Arcadian Haven.
Oh wow!
Arcadian Haven takes it.
Hey.
So Umbra Initiative, there you go.
Yeah, people
Nice.
love it. People love good old New Hampshire.
Good old New
It means
Hampshire.
you have a whole week to answer or to weigh in on the new question, the poll there. What has been your favorite Umbra so far? We have the Trash Heaps in the Forest, to represent neglect. Peter Bastion's Pawn Shop, represents bonds. The Orange Crest Cinema, which represents stories. North Manor, for avarice. The Hart Residence, responsibility. And the Teller Residence, which is grief.
Good
Vote
ones.
in our Discord and we will announce the results next week.
It's a lot of good ones.
I didn't even vote for the Teller residence.
What
Dude, when I put it up and I saw that you voted, I was
Yeah.
like, he didn't even vote for the Teller Residence.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That just,
It
just
was
shows
really
how
good,
strong the,
but-
you know.
My choice is stronger.
That's how you know it's going to be a good, diverse, spread there. So that means your vote means, even
counts? What day are we starting on?
Today is Wednesday,
more.
June
Wednesday.
1st.
We're Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Sunday, November 1st.
It is.
Okay.
It's toasty in here.
Yeah,
It is,
bro.
yeah. As soon as,
It's hotter
Can we
in
open
here
up
than
that
it is
window a little
outside.
since it's chilly?
It is
It
out.
is open.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
We're in here. Some bullshit tonight.
Well, alright.
Sheesh.
Well, it will indicate how hot it is by how many buttons I have unbuttoned by the end of the
I don't know how you're wearing two shirts right now.
Yeah, don't you have a t-shirt? Why don't you just wear...
Oh, we
Dude.
also have,
My hair's
of
going
course,
up.
You
we
Read
have,
over the-
just came in today, new merch.
New merch, like tank tops.
Yeah.
Smells like
Tank
vinegar.
top.
Look at that bad boy.
One of the many new items we have on our shop. You should check out in all of our descriptions.
It looks,
Yeah.
feels, and smells good.
Smells like
Well, watch
salt
it
and
first.
vinegar.
Freshly printed T-shirt.
Salt and vinegar.
But yeah, get your own tank top just in time for the summer.
Yeah.
You can show off the snapback you can't get anymore.
How long was the turnaround time for between order and delivery?
I ordered this last week.
Wow.
We have
fast.
very quick.
Wow.
Very quick.
Production
Cost me
is
like
super
20 bucks.
fast. Nice.
Yeah, not
You know,
bad.
I think it was like 23, everything included.
Wow.
Nice.
Super cheap.
Yeah, that is cheap.
Me too.
Somebody roll the dice.
Oh yeah, someone roll the dice. Cory, roll the die.
Do it.
What kind of
What's
day
it
is
gonna
it
be?
It's gonna be
Winky Turtle.
Winky
I love
Turtle
Winky
kind of day.
Turtles.
What could it mean?
I got a couple
could it
ideas.
All right, so should we get into the thick of it?
Give it to me.
Oh yeah.
Into the thick of it.
Me and
us
the Winky
begin.
Turtle are getting into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
The story so far, episode 25.
Splashed up my nose. How the fuck did that happen?
You just went.
She knows it's gonna be energized.
Oh yeah.
That's the Winky. Now
Yeah.
the turtle.
I didn't even have to do coke for that.
We don't want to see the.
Arcadian Haven has been attacked. Arabella is brought within a cavern below the convent of the Antia Relinquere to have the kin inside of her used as a sacrifice by Mother Adele. With it, the spawn of the kin of faith would use Olivia as a vessel to summon their master. However, thanks to Jordan, Barrett, and Angelica, the ritual is interrupted. Mother Adele is thrown into a rage, taking on her true form as the colossal angelic creature. It's only thanks to Arabella releasing the kin inside her that the party was victorious in slaying the once Mother Superior. Olivia, freeing herself from within the bloated corpse of Mother Adele, is quickly attacked by Angelica, who wounds the young girl and obtains some sort of strange substance for her efforts. She bids the party farewell, leaving them to battle Arabella in her demonic state. A confrontation with the King of Carnage quickly triggers Jordan's own power, gifted to him by the Kin of Conservation, in order to combat their fated foe. Brother Lewis also joins the battle after recovering from the collapse of the caverns previously. Together, they use Olivia and some newfound power to quell the demon and return Arabella to normal. Brother Lewis explains that Olivia is no longer completely human, and her body has rejected the new power she has received. She will die unless he takes her back to the realm where his kith lies. Arabella reluctantly agrees, and soon the family that raised her is gone. Sheriff Stone and other officers arrive on the scene, and he tells the party to return to Jordan's place. They do so, only for Arabella to sneak out and find the mysterious cavern at the base of the mountain, the center of Arcadian Haven. There she meets with Raj, who tells her that Bowie and him have somewhat found what the kin had been searching for, a door. How to access it is another question entirely. Meanwhile, Jordan and Barrett are called by Sheriff Stone, who says that he is calling an emergency town meeting to come clean about what is happening in Arcadian Haven, and he wants the party there to display their powers. How will Arcadian Haven handle the news? Can the party find this mysterious door? Perhaps the answer lies within the Umbra.
It was a big episode.
It was a big episode.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot going on.
Too much. Olivia needs to come back.
Olivia, please come back.
That's a sound that
Oh.
happens inside my brain.
Just empty space.
No, that wasn't static, dude.
Yeah. I know where we at.
Yeah.
All we see
I gotta wait.
is a starry sky. Camera does not pan, and we just hear voices. All right, that was the last game, Yuliru. You promised. Okay. Apparently promises are important. Just follow me to... Did you forget the way? No, I just misplaced the memory is all. Listen, I love you guys, but I feel like I need to buy you and a journal or something. Please hurry, this is really urgent. I gotta follow him. Okay, let's play the remembering game. You go first. Love it, girl. Let's go. Let me fade to black.
It's getting spicy. It's getting spicy.
All right. So, we join our heroes together. You two are at Jordan's place, I believe. You just carried Arabella back, sleeping. What do you do?
Kill her in her sleep.
And we just got the call from Sheriff Stone, right?
Correct.
The town's about to freak out if we do this.
I still think I should be the only one. She has way too much to lose.
I know the sheriff expects all of us to do something. I mean, I can be there with you, but I wouldn't even know what to show off if I tried.
Turn that gun into a motorcycle. It will have the same effect.
I suppose some people could just explain that with technology, though. If that's what the sheriff wants, I guess I could try. This wasn't... It's not what I wanted to do.
This isn't what I wanted to do either. I've taken a lot of time and energy making sure no one found out about what I was. I had enough attention after everything that had happened before I got here. I just wanted to be forgotten about.
I mean this in the least offensive way, but if I was you, I'd probably hide those powers too. But these people do deserve an explanation about what's been going on around here. I mean, This town's in the middle of nowhere. I doubt they expected this to be the next New York.
How many times do you think this is going to happen? In different places. Everywhere is going to be the next New York over and over until this becomes a normal thing.
Yeah, I mean, it could already be happening. I mean, who knows? There could be a giant demon monster fighting people in Singapore for all we know.
Oh.
What?
We froze already? What the fuck?
I just tried to fix this before we started, too. Well, what'd you say? If it didn't work, I had to do something?
Oh, you had to drop 100 bits.
Oh yeah. Drop a hundo
If it didn't work, I had
biddies.
to drop 100 bits. Oh, here we go.
Little bits.
You just gave yourself money. You just
Sure
did a
did.
transfer live on
Camp?
We got it. We're on it.
Yeah, this is a regular occurrence, apparently.
It has something to do.
We will fix it as soon as we're able.
Has something to do with my computer shutting off my USB ports to save power.
Why don't you just plug
Yeah.
it in directly to the... Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It is.
Got it.
Anyway, yeah, so, you two were speaking. Arabella, are you gonna let Arabella sleep?
I'm not gonna wake her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
So like walk in, like drop her on the couch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty early, I would say, maybe like 11-ish over here. I believe 5 o'clock was when the town meeting was to occur, the emergency town meeting. So it's up to you guys how long you want to wait, what you want to do in the meantime. That's your prerogative.
I think I want to just do an inspection of my gun while I'm waiting. I'm just sitting around waiting. I just want to like take the parts out of my briefcase and just like closely examine it.
Sure, make an investigate roll.
Investigate, you say?
Investigate.
17.
You don't spot anything different of it. I mean, it's as immaculate as you always keep it. You struggle to think of times where it wasn't completely spotless in its design and sleek, and you know, we never really explored how you received this weapon.
Yeah.
Do you have any particular memories Barrett has of first having it?
I mean, I would like to think when I was first contacted by this organization, when I agreed to join, it was just sent to me. In this case, just spotless, wasn't handed to me by anyone. It just arrived at my house.
Absolutely.
And drove it.
Yeah.
Along with probably the laptop, and like just
Yeah, and I think we have
Your
this.
hiring package.
Yeah.
We have this interesting memory of we see.
Do you want benefits?
Yes,
We-
it has an insurance packet.
Social security.
There's a little stress ball as a company bleeding edge
Yeah.
on it. Like, there you go.
It's an empty urinalysis container.
Sounds back.
Yeah, and a
Son.
prepaid. Oh my god.
We recognize where you received it. Like we see the front porch of when you visited your wife at the house in Maine, and we can hear two people playing in the living room, right? Like a womanly voice, a familiar voice, and a young child. And all we can see is Barrett looking down at this weapon, or this case, and knowing what's inside and what future is in store.
Yeah.
And then we fade to you looking at it now in a similar way,
Yeah.
where you are, same exact stubble.
Yeah. Now, just with the context of this is something that I didn't expect. It is something more, and I don't really understand it.
Yeah. So you're just looking at it, just examining, anything
Yeah.
there. Okay. Jordan, anything you're doing at home, anywhere else at the moment?
Not in particular. Nothing really like comes to mind, honestly.
Okay. So
Kind
just
of.
are you
killing
waiting?
time.
Are the two of you waking up Arabella for the event?
I don't want to do the event.
I'll wake her up just to ask, like, hey, Sheriff Stone wants us to do this thing. You don't have to come if you don't want to, kind of thing.
Do with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, roleplay, please. Way up! Water.
Arabella, you asleep? Hey, Sheriff Stone wants us to go down to the town hall in a little while. He wants us to put on a exhibition of our powers for the town. Explain to the townsfolk what's going on. He wants all three of us there, but you don't have to come. Just thought I'd let you know.
She immediately turns around. When is this supposed to be happening?
5 o'clock. We got a little while.
What time is... Did I dream? Where's Raj?
Good question.
Yeah, she looks through her phone, no calls or anything. Okay.
You have the outbound calls you made.
Yeah, but not nothing heard back
No.
from Roland or... Okay. When did he decide this? Why are we...
He must have made the decision either last night or this morning. He called us earlier.
Okay,
I think it's just to explain to all the innocent bystanders what's been going on with all the weirdness in town.
yeah. She kind of sits and thinks for a moment. Okay, yeah, yeah, I want to do this.
Okay then. I think it's mostly you and Jordan who will be playing show and tell. I'm just gonna be there with you then.
He wants us to display?
That's what he said.
That seems a little dangerous.
Well, according to him, it might give the townspeople hope that they're, I don't know, protected or something. It's not my first choice, but I figure other people need some kind of something good to hold on to.
I don't really think that this was something good.
Yeah.
A lot of people in town have been getting hurt, though. We do owe them an explanation.
I think so too. Okay, after this I might stick around for a while, but I told Jordan probably not for long. Thought I'd let you know too. After this exhibition I might be skipping town for a little while.
Why?
Track down Bleeding Edge. Angelica.
Why would you leave town to do that?
Yeah, so that they don't come back here. Look, I'll stick around for as long as I have to. The sooner I get out of here, the better. So what's been going on?
She sits up and she looks for Bowie.
He's around.
He is.
As soon as you kind of as soon as you start thinking about him, around where is he? As if on cue, kind of just walks around the corner from the kitchen. What he was doing there.
It's got Cheeto dust.
Jordan, a few minutes later, opens up a cupboard and sees the snacks all
Yeah.
What the hell?
little chew marks on all their cardboard boxes. And
You got mice?
worse, ferret.
Imagine if ferrets were invasive.
Yes. Come to me.
Kobe's
Please
dream.
consume me.
Oh, the ferret king.
Okay, I have to do a few things before we go.
Yeah, you do whatever you need to.
Okay. I think I might be able to help with Bleeding Edge.
That's not necessary.
I know. But we're on the same team, and what they did is unforgivable.
Like, you're your own person, you can make your own decisions, but when it comes to tracking down Bleeding Edge, I don't want much getting in my way.
I know.
Alright, well, get ready, do what you need to. And I just kind of turn around and start leaving the room.
Okay. Step on a Cheeto that rolled on the floor. Jordan, you want to do something?
Yeah, in the other room, Jordan was kind of just like sitting in his bedroom. You can sort of hear the conversation through the wall.
Yeah, I think we have like that. You know that single shot camera pan where
Yeah,
it
where it
goes
goes
into the
through the
wall.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see Jordan.
Just sitting, kind of listening. When he hears that wrap up, he sighs and pulls out his phone and calls Natalie.
She rings. Ring. Jordan,
Hey,
what? How can I help you?
I don't know if you heard about everything that's been going on in town lately, but
Yeah, I'm scrambling a bit right now.
are you okay?
Oh, yes. Emergency town meetings are a little chaotic for town council members.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the organization done.
Do you know what it's about?
Stone has been a bit vague, but I think he's going to be briefing us beforehand.
I can be even briefer than him right now. We're gonna reveal our powers.
Huh? So you've coordinated this?
I don't think we were coordinating anything. I think we were ordered to.
Why? Well,
Stone thinks it's the only way he can explain to the town these bizarre occurrences that have been going on.
she's silent for a few seconds and says, "After last night, that might be the smartest thing.
I guess we can't hide forever anymore.
This town is going crazy right now. After seeing a weird shape in the sky in the distance, people are talking about New York. It's
I just want to let you know a couple things before this happens, because I don't know how things are going to be once Cat's out of the bag. Arabella's different now. There's something's changed in her, and I think you should keep an eye on her.
okay. I'll have a conversation with her.
Since everything that happened at the convent, Olivia got hurt and she's gone, and we don't know if she's ever going to come back. Arabella's taking that very personally.
Tell me what happened.
Well, she was all nearly sacrificed.
Okay. By who? By what?
By Adele.
Interesting. I didn't take them for that type of religious.
She was a cult leader. But they were trying to bait that thing inside Arabella to get control of it or something, or banish it. I'm still wrapping my head around it. But either way, we interrupted it, things got messed up, and Olivia got hurt really bad. Lewis kind of seceded from Adele to help.
Wait, so
In a way.
that's what happened with Mother Adele.
Did you see that giant corpse out in the field?
I have not.
I don't know how you missed it.
I'm not in that area.
Well, she turned into a monster.
Is that what that was in the sky?
What did you see in the sky?
Oh, the whole town has either seen it or heard about it. It's convent's quite a ways away, but something that big. Wow. No treetops can hide that.
Yeah, she turned into a colossal monster, and we had to kill her. But
Wow.
everyone got really hurt in the process, and Olivia nearly died. And the only way for her to be saved, because she's deeper than hurt, there's something inside of her that we can't get rid of. Lewis took her away, and I don't know if either of them are going to come back.
Jesus Christ, how many other places or people are affected by this? This whole thing?
I don't know. I haven't heard about anybody else in the convent. I don't even know if they exist anymore. I haven't heard about anybody. All we know...
This Stone knows this?
Stone has inklings. I imagine he is piecing things together. He arrived just about as soon as we finished up. But since everyone is gone, or hurt, or both, Arabella changed. She's not who she was anymore.
Well, of course not. She just lost her entire family.
And her innocence. And possibly that demon. We're not sure about that yet, though.
What is she doing right now?
She's, as far as I know, asleep. Or barely waking up. We're all at my house.
Let's keep an eye on her, okay?
And I was calling to make sure you do the same after today, because I don't know where I'm going to end up. And I've heard that Barrett is leaving. So...
That's not going to be good for her either.
No, because then after this, it's just going to be you and I keeping up with Arabella.
Just keep an eye on her
There's
for
nobody
now.
else.
I will talk to her in time. She needs her own time to adjust at the moment. I can't just leap on this opportunity, per se. I can't force it right now. I'll be on top of that, though. You just need to make sure she doesn't do anything reckless. She's emotionally vulnerable right now.
Yeah. I just know that after we reveal ourselves to the world, our powers, our everything we can do, I'm going to get pulled in all directions by all kinds of different people. I'm going to be forced to be responsible for things that everyone else will deem my...
Jordan, you don't need to do
responsibility.
anything you don't want to do. I'll talk to Stone.
I don't think we have a choice. Unless you can come up with a better explanation for everything that's been going on.
Well, when I talk to him, maybe I will. Or maybe he's right. I don't know. But it's not his decision to make. Anyway, I have to go. This complicates things.
I just wanted to give you a heads up before you get taken by surprise like the rest of the town and
I think
everybody else, though.
every day is a
Find out.
surprise lately.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jordan.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Good.
see you later.
Oh, sorry.
Fuck you.
Arabella, what would you like to do?
she's gonna check in with Bowie real quick.
Sure.
And just like, obviously not expecting a real answer or anything. But she kind of looks at him and is like, do you have any way to get us there yet?
Looks at you with a bit of Cheeto dust on his nose. Is trying to lick at it and can't.
I like wipe it.
Starts going for your fingers.
It's like, yeah, once she... she's gonna go up to Barrett, I guess. Barrett,
What? Yeah?
I at least need a change of clothes. Just blood covered, like still like disgusting, like...
This isn't my house.
I need to go back to the convent.
Alright, sure.
This will be the one successful stealth mission to the convent. When no one's there.
Like,
I don't know what's left of the place, but we can check it out.
I need something.
Hey, Jordan.
I
Pulls open his door. What's up?
I'm gonna take Arabella back to the convent to get her a change of clothes.
You sure it's a good idea?
No.
What am I supposed to do? Wear this at the town hall?
Yeah, do you have any clothes for a girl her size? Here.
Weirdly enough, I do.
Actually.
I got flannels, t-shirts, and jeans.
I guess.
Maybe a hoodie. Whatever you're comfortable in, but if...
Just if I can get to the convent, I mean, at least try to check if I have anything left.
Yeah. I'll take her, we'll be back. We'll just be in and out.
You should gather your things from there. I don't think you'll be going back there to stay anymore. I don't think that's a good idea.
Do you have like a duffel or something we could use?
I can probably find one.
Alright, well, whenever you're ready. Again?
Twice.
Dude!
Again?
Dude!
Because that kid
so
is
sorry.
screaming outside. He cursed it.
Rupturing space-time.
He's a technomancer. He's hacking the mainframe.
If anyone wants to donate to a new power supply,
That's our next goal.
that's our next donation goal.
Still. Oh, you're right. We are ventriloquist.
Oh yeah, you're right. We're this still. Everyone, hold,
12 balance.
hold, hold.
Hold it! I don't know how I am.
Yep, good.
How can you tell?
See that? Look at that.
We just freeze frame.
Flawless.
80s movie.
I really hope we have to time at the very end to just.
Hey,
Yeah,
thanks, for the little,
Oh, we did really good, actually.
We did pretty good.
thanks for the little biddies.
Thank you, Seth.
Face.
I like that everybody has to donate when we have technical difficulties. That's a good trope.
Yeah,
Even though
it is.
they're really the ones suffering. We all suffer.
So, who. Did you guys finish your conversation there? You guys. Who's taking Arabella? Oh, you said
I am.
take your stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess bring everything you have left to my place.
Well, I don't have much, so it should be pretty easy. If I have anything left at all.
No, we'll go find something. Come on.
Okay.
And just get outside and take my bike out.
She scoops Bowie up.
Taking my ferry.
Yeah, I'm taking it with her.
Yeah, you hear outside your home, Jordan. You hear the. And Jordan,
Ninja attack.
you're left alone in the home. And the sovereign code. No.
Yes!
You see a light outside your window, like your bedroom window. Just like
Color is it?
just white,
Okay.
and then another.
I walk over to the window.
And you see a leaf, a familiar glowing leaf, fall in front of your window. It looks as though the wind having carried it from within the forests beside your house in a familiar direction. Just not a lot, just the occasional glowing leaf.
Weird.
Well, that giant tree is still there, right? Or the weird, yeah.
The weird one. I go outside and I go around to where that window is and see if I can find more of those leaves in the ground.
Yeah, knowing from your experience with that tree, as soon as those leaves, and you can see it happen in front of you, when one of those leaves touches the ground, it turns back into a normal leaf, like the light fades. That's just a normal leaf. And another one, as you look down, picked it up, flies right by your head, and then hits like the side of your house and normal.
Can I go in the direction that they're blowing from?
Absolutely. You start making your way into the forest, your boots crunching against the leaves, and soon enough, you see that that strange Umbra remnant of that tall tree, its leaves all glowing like little suns, and the bark itself, this light blue, showing this spectrum of galaxies within. As you approach, there's a figure sitting at the foot of it, right at the roots. And you pause for a moment. There's something immediately surreal, strange. It's you sitting down at this tree. Kind of one knee pulled up against the chest, just looking straight, grabbing onto these leaves as they fall, like cherry blossoms almost, and grabs one. And as it's held, it keeps its glow, and they just put it down, and the glow fades.
It's impolite to steal one's form.
And in your exact voice, but ringing a bit hollow, a bit weaker, it says, "It's all I have. Apologies.
You didn't use my form last time.
We were someplace else."
I think I should thank you for what you've been doing for me lately.
Interesting. I was gonna say the same to you. I am what I am now because of you. No longer listing off in space aimlessly without form.
Ironic, I suppose I could say the same about myself.
It's funny how fate works out in such ways, and some call it coincidence. Some call it predetermination. Now, I think you were just right place, right time.
What were the others like?
There were no others. I was always me. My own form, my own self.
So there weren't others picked for you to guide or take control over, or...
No, this is new to me. New to many of my kind.
And what is that kind?
The kin. The embodiment of concepts. Not that I know all of them. Not that I'm familiar with most of them.
Yeah, but hearing it from another kind of validates it a little more. You have to forgive me, I've been a little hesitant to believe in all of this. Because I've only had one person telling my friends and I everything about it all.
The people here, they're interesting. They looked in different directions. They look up, they look out, but they don't look through. There's a lot going on between everything. The Umbra's a proof of that.
Right. How are you here?
I'm growing stronger, Jordan.
You exist without an Umbra.
I'm merely a perception. If another were to walk here right now, they would not see me. They would not hear me. It's only you.
I wouldn't be missing much either way. I was still talking to myself in the woods.
It's true. Hopefully I'm half as interesting.
More than you would think.
Jordan. I need to talk to you. He stands up. And he just puts his arm against the tree, just leans against it. Doesn't look at you, just looks past you. And just says, I am a being compelled by a singular need. Akin is, from the conception of their physical form, weaker of will than mortals, like you, like your friends. Raj. He is amongst the greatest of us all. To stand defiant against your very nature and declare rebellion to predetermination, I believe that is worth protecting. I'm speaking to you now because this path that you and I tread, it's not one to consider lightly. Just like Raj, I want to value your choice and will. I'm not looking for an answer right now, but I do not care for words. Only the action when it matters most. You've done well in thinking for yourself thus far, and I've done nothing to influence you. This is my warning to you, my question, my proposal. Be prepared to lose more, but never grow comfortable with it. Things are coming to a head. I can feel it. That same pull that the other kin have been feeling. I feel it now.
What is pulling you?
It's a desire.
For what?
I don't know.
How could
Neither do
that,
the others.
how could that be? How can you be compelled in a direction and not even know what is pulling you? Or where this desire is coming from? Or what it's even for?
That is what is terrifying.
So what do we do about it?
We have to find it.
And then what? What if we find this thing and then suddenly you're too weak to resist it and I can't even hold you back and then suddenly I fall victim to it?
We risk it falling into other hands. Like that of Kin of Carnage, Azareth.
Azareth. It has a name.
One of many.
And what is yours?
I don't quite remember.
The Kin of Conservation can't conserve the name.
Well, if you just came here to poke fun at me, maybe I just shouldn't call you at all.
I'm sorry, I just it
It's fine.
was kind of funny.
I am a shell of my former self, I'll admit. But it's enough to help you, isn't it?
I mean, we're just a pair of empty shells working together, I guess.
You're much more than that.
Sure, we're not just like Russian dolls getting clapped into each other.
I hate to see what comes out next.
Too.
If that's the case, you are the... You're bigger than I. You're better than myself. All of you are. And that is why I try. And you have found your reasons to protect. And that is why I like you. That is why I help you.
So, can I expect you to be a permanent fixture now?
For now. I don't know what comes next. Let's work together, though.
Okay.
He holds out your hand.
I think I don't have a reason not to trust you. So, let's do this.
As soon as you touch his hand, the wind sort of kicks up and the glowing leaves kind of go right through him and he disappears and they move around you and then settle. And he's gone.
I like get my own hand, just throw it down my side and kind of look around in the woods.
Meanwhile, so you drive Arabella back to the convent. The two roads leading to it, so the one coming from the north and the other coming from the east, heading westward, a fair bit of ways are completely blocked off. Like there's the orange cones, like all of that, like set up along the road.
Yeah.
Easy to move by.
Yeah.
But yeah, the roads there have been blockaded.
Okay. Yeah, just like slow down at them, but just drive.
Yeah.
Drive by.
You guys eventually reach your convent. The buildings are fine. The buildings haven't been touched much. They're pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's everything behind the convent that you know is messed up. You don't see steam, like that black steam rising up anymore. And as you kind of just see the front gate, which is closed, and there's a lot of tape over.
Well, we're here. Do you want me to leave you to it, or do you want me to come in with you?
Could you come with me?
Yeah, sure. And just like kind of walk us up to just the main gate, I guess, the main door.
Yeah.
Convent. And just try to open it.
Yeah, I mean, it's this large gate that you like slide up, and if you open it, you're gonna break the tape like, attached to it, but you can.
That's fine. I'm just gonna,
You guys walk in. Freeze!
Damn.
Dude, freeze number 3.
I'm gonna try
Gosh.
An hour in.
Yeah, it's barely been an hour.
Change the thingamajig.
Try. I
Yeah.
forgot what I planned.
We'll troubleshoot live because this is a bit much.
Thanks for letting us know, friends.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are here to tell us.
Alright, make sure everybody gets into ventriloquist position.
Oh, mine's gonna be tough.
Mine's just
hold on.
pretty easy.
What was I doing? Oh, I'm like zoned out. We're good. This is easy. I can do that.
I could zone out.
Say the word. I'll zone out right now.
Yeah. I'm trying. Okay, I think I got my pose.
We might lose sound for a second.
Okay, I might lose sound. Hold on one sec.
Blow on it.
yeah, we got it.
Oh, I think we fixed.
Are we
We're gonna
fixed?
fucking.
I think we're fixed.
Fixed?
So I can't
I'll tell you in a
say.
second. I'll tell you in a second.
Sound.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Can you
hello,
guys hear us?
Hello.
hello. Thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching.
Sound back.
Sound back.
Hey, is
sound
camera
back.
back?
Yes.
Yeah, is camera
Camera
back?
and
back?
sound?
Yes.
I hear you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Thanks, baby.
What'd you do? What was the troubleshooting method?
I swapped the USB ports.
Hopefully that doesn't make that switch off the sound.
Yeah, whatever. you
No,
said.
we're okay in that regard.
Yeah,
We're okay right now.
Let's hope.
Are we
how it is.
Gucci?
Monster, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Monster.
you.
Thank you so much.
You're the best.
Tim, appreciate that.
Thank you.
In our hour of need.
Yeah.
I need
The
a
real
hero.
heroes. Yeah. Also, first button.
Yeah, I'm
First
getting
one.
toasty. The socks are coming off. Ugh. I gotta air the feet out.
Where were we?
Going into the
Going
camp.
to compound.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna go get Arabella's spare socks.
Yeah.
You get
Getting toasty.
Yeah, I mean, you step in and it's interesting from right when you enter the entrance, it looks normal. You wouldn't even think that what happened the previous day even occurred. And as you step in, the truth is with you. You know. And as you walk between the dormitory and the faculty building, you can see just beyond it the decline and the massive crater. And there's no remnants of Mother Adele's corpse. However, the grass is black. Random patches of it, but large, with deep black pools. And there is a very large hole leading to a cavern. There's a lot of equipment around too. Not a lot, but you can see around some of the rim of the crater itself. You see like there's like a pulley system, like climbing equipment.
Yeah. As we like walk by that, I kind of just like position myself, like towards the crater. So like Arabella's kind of like on the opposite side of me.
Okay.
Kind of like when you're walking on the sidewalk, the person's close to the street. I'm like doing that all
Okay.
day.
You can tell that she is trying to hold back tears. You can see her body kind of like start to shake. But she just keeps her head straight and continues walking. Much more slow, a much more slower pace than normal, almost dreading getting up to her room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of the opposite with Barrett. He's usually pretty emotionless in his demeanor, but compared to how he was at the house, he's like just stone faced right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see sort of the defense mechanism click in.
Yeah.
All of the doors in every single dorm room is open, but nothing is inside besides the well-made beds and the sterile environment, all symmetrical to one another. So you step in and you find your room. You know that just beyond your room and to the right is Olivia's room, door closed.
She actually, before she goes into her room, she walks by it and does go into Olivia's room.
Yeah, you head into Olivia's room, you open it, it's messy. The bed isn't made. You can see a fashion magazine poking out the bottom of the bed that she's not allowed to have. There's socks thrown everywhere. Our closet is open. There's lots of little toys, like little pet toys around.
Yeah.
Also poorly stored. They got in the closet that's like spilling out.
I don't go in the room. I stay in the hall, just kind of like leaning against the wall, just wait for you to.
She actually finds one of Olivia's bags, if she has one.
Yeah.
And starts packing it. With her clothes. She even grabs the magazines, puts it in the bag.
With Olivia's stuff.
With Olivia's
Cool.
stuff,
Okay.
yes.
Add that to your inventory.
Yeah.
Bag of Olivia.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gross.
Alright, yeah. So, even just things that I know, that she likes, the magazines under, clothes that I know she wears often, just things that I know, and I put them in the bag and I take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I walk out of the room with the bag.
Are you gonna be all right to grab your stuff? I just want to take a look around.
Sure. I grabbed Olivia's things for when she comes back.
It's a good idea. I'm not leaving the compound, so when you're ready, just call me and I'll come back here.
Okay.
And I just kind of walk down the hall.
And she walks to her room.
Okay. Packing your things? Okay. Goes on without a hitch. Nobody interrupts you.
When I'm done with my room, I'm actually gonna go to Mother Adele's.
Sure. It's another sterile room. Maybe slightly larger than the others, but barely.
Yeah.
Clean bed. You looked at that bed and you wonder, did she even need to sleep? Did she ever sleep in that bed? This clothing throughout. Did she need that? Did she just grow it from her skin? You don't know. There's a lot of unanswered questions in that regard.
I'm gonna look in her room and her office again, and do the most thorough examination of everything, looking for answers to the questions.
Yeah.
I'm actually in her office. That's where I'm going.
Okay. So, Barrett, you get there first. The door's locked.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna kick it down.
Yeah. You don't even need to.
Yeah, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be quiet.
Yeah, you slam it open. What are you looking for?
Anything about Angelica?
Huh?
The first time she was here, if like any notes about if Adele and Angelica knew each other in any deeper regard, anything like that.
Make a D20 roll. Investigate.
16.
Okay. There's a locked drawer.
Is it really?
There's a locked drawer in her desk.
I mean, if I don't find anything outside of the locked drawer, then I'll...
You find a lot of religious texts of different variety. Realizing now with hindsight, I guess in this case, that Mother Adele had quite the collection of different religious texts from all over the world, different forms of faith.
Yeah. I'll try to open that locked drawer.
Easy enough. In there you find what Arabella found before, a Bible, the word faith. And it seems as though Mother Adele settled at one point in her life on a particular faith that is powerful amongst people.
Yeah. Alright, after flipping through it, not really seeing anything of interest to me, I'll just put it back.
Yeah, and as soon as you shut the drawer, we kind of see like this side low profile shot, and you shut the drawer and you see Arabella at the door.
Yeah.
Having just arrived.
Got everything?
I think so. What are you doing in here?
Looking for anything that connects Adele and Angelica.
Oh. I see.
You looking for anything? I pretty much already looked over the room.
Just one thing. I don't remember if I left it in there or the photo book.
Yeah.
I take that.
Yeah, you take the photo book back. Sift through the photos very briefly, standing there. And you can see Barrett like right over her shoulder. You see her pull out a photo album and see wonderful pictures of the family together, with little movie nights and in Arcadian Haven, like the community center cookout type events to their library events. It looks as though you're looking at it in a dream.
Yeah.
And look at the photos.
Keep those safe.
I would have never known about any of this. We just had a really good life for a long time.
That's good. Something to hold on to.
It kind of feels meaningless now.
I don't think it's ever meaningless. I mean, it was good when it happened.
She just shuts it and she puts the photo book in her bag and takes it with her. I'm all set.
Alright, let's get out of here.
I just need to do one more thing, but I'll meet you outside.
Sure.
She's gonna go to Brother Lewis's room.
So you return back to the dorm.
Yeah.
The dorm. And Brother Lewis had the smallest room of all. It was like near the maintenance.
Yeah.
On the very first floor over there, like tucked in the back. Think of like the janitor room kind of type thing. Cot, very modest. There's tools everywhere. He's not nearly as neat as the rest. There's a lot of discourse in this room.
Okay. She finds a pen and paper, and writes a note.
Okay.
And she folds it and leaves it on his desk.
Okay. Okay.
And then she leaves.
Get onto Barrett's bike. And drive home.
Okay.
Is there anything else anybody want to do for the meeting?
Put together a super suit.
It's in can.
Super suit. I'm going to
Spaceman.
contact Raj.
My superhero name.
Space guy.
Spaceman.
Contact Raj. You gonna call him?
Yeah.
Or, I'm
Or
sorry, do
yeah,
the thing.
yeah, do the thing.
Okay, what do you say?
I just thought of that scene in Ace Ventura.
Which one?
The alrighty then over the forest. Like a beacon.
What do you say?
Yeah. She says, I still haven't found updates about the entrance. I'm going to town hall tonight to confess everything and hopefully get some help. And that's it.
Alright.
After I bring Arabella back to Jordan's place, I don't know about what time it is, but I'm just gonna head to town hall like beforehand, like earlier
Okay.
than head to. Just,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll let them know, just like I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Yeah. So eventually all of you will experience this, but Barrett, you did a little bit beforehand. People are gathering at town hall. Town hall is very close to the community center, so it's about the southern, southeastern part of town, the bottom right corner over there. The town hall itself, very modest building. It's built on these. There's a couple steps leading up to this large. It's almost like an office complex, kind of. There's a lot of little offices in it, but then there's this. It's all wrapped around this large community room. You can see that there's metal chairs hastily set up in rows and rows. As people start showing up, you start realizing that there are way more people than this building has occupation for, and it starts to leak out. Like the doors are kept open, and people like on the stairs reaching in. It is filling up, and you see all the familiar faces there of individuals. There's a small, I say stage. It's less like, when you think of a stage, it's like chest height or like neck height or whatever. This is a very small, like, raised platform. There's just the same metal chairs set up, and there are. Please. There are about 5 chairs set up onto there, and there's a small podium with like a microphone, but the microphone is set up into like a garage band's PA system where it's just like a single large speaker.
Yep.
It's a big PV speaker.
Yeah.
And there's no like plosive protection, so it's like it's cheap, right? This is a small. You see like the Arcadian Haven like town flag behind and all that. There's actually the most modern thing you see here, because everything has that old wood panel wall.
It's like a fucking VFW hall.
Absolutely. The floor itself, though, is like like that really short carpet.
Yeah.
If you can even call it.
Like some of it's ripped up. Like
It's like there's like weird stains in it. Like it's like people spill coffee on it or something over the years.
Like a mix between like hall like that versus like traffic court.
Yeah. And the most modern thing you see there is actually a decently nice projector set onto the wall. And there is like a screen that they just roll out against the wall that's facing behind the chairs. And when you get there early, the town council is already kind of in a circle. They're kind of away from the crowd. People approach and they just tell them to sit down. We're going to talk. The members of the Arcadian Haven Town Council are Roland North, Jessica Hitchens, the librarian, Anne Marie Creed of the Death Adder Bar, Doc Howell, Sheriff Stone, and Natalie. So there's 6. I'm sorry.
Is there a mayor?
Not that you know of.
Okay. Interesting.
I guess you would know. There is no mayor. The town council is the town council. Because you've been here for years, you know at this point.
Yeah, I was asking as a player.
Yeah,
we never really.
No, yeah, of course. I'm saying because your character would know this after being here for years. The town council is sort of this weird ephemeral body that only gather in the most extreme of circumstances, or like once a year because they have to.
Yeah.
They have authority, but it's not regularly used. The town of Arcadian Haven is pretty autonomous in how it functions, right? It has its government bodies into it, but overall, larger state-run bodies relay information to them, and that's how they get stuff
Carry
done.
shit out. Yeah.
Yep.
I gotcha.
Is there anything you wanted to do beforehand, before they arrived, or just waiting until they show up?
I did want to approach Sheriff Stone. I mean, I know that it might be hard to at the moment.
Yeah,
with everything
he's
that's going on.
speaking with the others, but when you approach, he pulls you aside.
Yeah. Stone,
Where are the others?
they're on their way. They'll be here soon.
All right.
Look, if we're gonna showcase what we can do around here, I think it'd be a matter of safety if you held on to this, and I'm gonna hand him the magazine of my sniper.
He reaches out and takes it.
People might feel better if it's not loaded.
Smart. Puts it in his back pocket.
Just don't lose it.
He nods.
Don't mind me.
I'll walk back into the crowd, just like kind of waiting.
Jordan, you'll arrive with Arabella soon after. Are you driving or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she split, but I was gonna have a conversation. Then
Oh, okay, we can wait.
But whatever. For sake of brevity, we're showing up.
Yeah. We can.
We're walking in.
Yeah.
Fashionably late, especially fashionable.
Yeah, you have to like push through crowd. This is the most you've ever like, aside from maybe Lacey's funeral and the lantern sort of festivals there. You've never seen like a concentration this dense of people in Arcadian Haven. Make a perception roll, both of you.
24.
15.
24 and 15. Both of you hear mutterings from different people about what could be happening, some speculation. You hear talk of last night, like, what was it? What was it? You hear lots of New York. You know, it's the same thing that happened in New York. You hear, you think this has anything to do with Lacey? I never believed the bear story. No, I thought it was a giant moose. I don't know. And people speculating about that. You also hear the names Rosemary and Harper Parker bring up. Like, no one's heard from them. People have been talking about that. What do you think that is? Is that part of this? More and more speculation. People unsure, and it's people are frightened. They're not sure what's going on. They're stirring, and it feels like you're in a powder keg. Do you want to have that conversation with her now?
Too late.
Okay.
You blew it.
Why?
Cause
I'm here now, though.
no, well we're there now. So we blew it.
Whatever.
So
We're gonna get blamed for every bad thing that ever happens and will ever happen in town
yeah.
from now on.
100.
And everybody's gonna have an Umbra in their kitchen, and it's just gonna be mass hysteria.
Specifically
and-
in their kitchen.
Yeah, in their kitchen.
that's gonna be the new thing.
Kin love kitchen.
Everybody thinks that they have an Umbra in their house.
That's what Bowie was doing in the kitchen of your house.
Well, hopefully it's better than Raj's cooking.
He's the kin of hunger.
So,
Snacks.
So, the crowd begins to hush up a bit. Stone motions you guys to stand beside the stage for a moment, and he just says, "I'll ask you guys to come up when I'm ready."
All right.
He steps up and then he sits down in one of the chairs, and wheeling up is Jessica in her wheelchair. She says, all right, quiet down, everyone, please, thank you. I just wanted to, thank everybody for coming out for this emergency meeting here. I'm sure you'll have questions. I'd like to open the stage over here for Sheriff Stone. He called this meeting together and wished to say a few things, so please be attentive. And she wheels back. Stone pulls out paper, and you can see beads of sweat. Maybe not the biggest public speaker. His mouth is a bit dry, his throat like. He steps up. Is this thing on? Yeah, exactly.
There's always people hacking in the background.
Here, thank
Babies
you.
crying.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you all for coming today. I know the previous night's events were confusing, and immediately interrupting him, someone stands up in the audience. This man, he clearly is wearing like a toupee. He's older. You can see that he has one of the shoulder like harness holsters for like concealed carry on the side there. He's larger, he's wearing flannel, his black hair. Arabella and Jordan would recognize this individual as Randall Sven. He is the owner of Save and Sven's gas station over in town. He immediately just yells out, "Get on with it, Stone! What's going on here?" And that's silent. What was the whole crowd just, it takes a moment. He raises his arms like, settle down. I get it. You're scared. I'm gonna be honest with you all because the truth, it's what this town deserves. But I need to warn you before I go on. The truth is frightening. It ain't cozy, and it ain't gonna make you feel better. You're gonna know less than before, and if you're prepared for that uncertainty, then stay. Otherwise, I'll give people a moment to step out. Silence.
I leave.
Goodbye.
All right. Last night, the convent of the NTORL Inquiry was attacked. At this point, Stone takes out a remote that was on this little podium and he aims it at the projector, and the council members kind of move their chairs aside, and photos taken of the night before are displayed on the screen, showing the decayed corpse of Mother Adele, along with the massive sinkhole created from the battle. The people of Arcadian Haven share mixed reactions, though none of them positive, as he sifts through each one.
Arabella looks down the whole time, like, not trying to see.
As all of you have been aware of recently, some strange events have been happening around town. Some of them more tragic than others. I'm referring to the disappearances of the Parkers, as well as the tragic loss of Lacey LaCroix. You may have also noticed other occurrences. Arcadian Haven is, for all intents and purposes, under attack. Sheriff Stone proceeds to stumble through the details of the kin and their influence on the town, piecing together details told to him through the party, while the townspeople listen with expressions of confusion, horror, contemplation. He continues on to mention a third party with interest in the kin, though his segment on them is concise and vague. Some of you saw a large flying figure in the direction of the convent last night. And that was the work of one of these kin. Unfortunately, after an extensive search of the premises, we can only determine that Miss Arabella is the sole survivor of the incident. His eyes dart to Arabella very briefly before he clears his throat.
She does not look up.
I ask that you be sensitive in her time of mourning, as this is a tragic loss for all of us. You hear another voice ring out, familiar again as Randall cries out, "It's like that thing that attacked New York. It soon will be swimming in black pillars. I thought the prismatic accords meant no aliens would come over here. What? Did you call someone about this?" And, "Yeah, call someone over there. We should call my nephew." You know, people just calling out, screaming out. Sheriff Stone calms it down for a minute. "You just saw those photos, Randall. This is nothing like that thing in New York. It's smaller, doesn't look anything like it. Listen, regardless, tracking down who to speak about all this hasn't been easy, but I'm trying and I'm making progress. We just need to wait." Another voice. Wait for another thing like that? If what you're saying is true, then maybe there's one here out right now, right in here. This sparks a wave of hysteria among the audience. Glares are aimed at neighbors, and the tension can be cut with a butter knife.
Yeah, witch hunt. Everyone's.
Now is not the time to turn on each other. I figured you would have something to say about this, Randall. This is why I'm asking a few people to come up here. He looks over to the three of you. Nods.
I kind of, I see you about to walk up, and I just kind of, walk in front of you.
Yeah.
Arabella keeps herself small and
Yeah.
I look back at you, I'm just I walk towards Stone. I kind of, get the mic, again.
That's enough. A little fun.
Bro, why am I nervous? It's fucking game with you.
I have severe performance anxiety.
Hello, my name's Barrett Stair.
People. Who's that?
That's the weird guy.
Yeah, with the Hark residents over there.
I'm kind of new to town. I'm just gonna cut straight to the point. I'm an ex-Marine. I've taken care of things like this, deployed and back here at home. I came here as part of my job to handle the situations happening here in town. I'm doing my best to stop these things from hurting any innocent people. I was over at the compound last night, along with, I kind of point, along with Jordan and Arabella there, who have some extraordinary talents that I believe they'll be showing shortly. And I kind of just put my briefcase on the podium, open it up. I was a sniper for the Marines, and I've been using this, and I kind of just make it. I reach out my hand and make the gun form.
Yeah, you all see as the pieces hover above Barrett for a moment, and the very front row of the crowd, just the people in the back that are filling up the middle section are just scrambled back, people are just going, well. Some people are like thinking like when you see a magic show,
Right,
thinking,
yeah.
what's the trick?
Yeah.
And Stone, again, for the multiple time and most likely not the last time, is calming down people.
I'm like, holding the gun like barrel up in the air. I've been doing my best to protect you all. I know I'm not a part of this community, but this danger it's real and it's severe.
Randall once again stands up and he speaks and says, well, why don't you bring in some of your ex-Marine buddies over here and we can take care of it. I got rifles at home, we can just...
Like this threat isn't something that everyone's trained for. You need to know how to handle these things, and if you all would like some training, especially the hunting lodge, on how to take care of these threats, I can provide assistance.
Randall goes to speak and kind of just realizes what you just said. And he sits down. He just thinks. I think what you just said had a lot of weight that carried in.
And then as soon as he sits down, I look over to Jordan. Just kind of...
Yeah, also, sorry, Barrett, you see, also in the audience, you can see people like something like pushing them aside, and you see kind of all the way on the right poking out, you just see Laura who just kind of pokes through the crowd, just looking at you the whole time, and saw everything.
I stepped forward after Randall sits back down.
As you step forward, Nat, she doesn't stop you, she just like places a hand on your arm, just little comforting, and a nod.
Yeah. Well, I don't agree that militarizing the town is the safest option. I don't think we have many left, but all I can do right now is be completely candid about who I am. Exactly. You guys know me throughout town. Yes, my name is Jordan Teller. Yes, I worked at the convent as the groundskeeper. However, before I moved here, I was part of the Air Force, and then eventually worked with NASA.
Absolutely. And you can also you can detect there's a difference in the crowd than when Barrett was here, because they do know you, right? In a much greater degree. They're just, oh, NASA. Yeah, I heard he was an astronaut. Aliens? Astronaut. Like, yeah.
Things were covered up for my own protection, but I was one of the first human crews on Mars. I walked on the surface of Mars. Me and a team of about 8 men returned back to the Earth, and our return was marred with difficulties, and I crashed into the planet. I don't know how, but I survived. And whether by some kind of interference or sheer luck or radiation or alien interference, I came back with the capability of flight, and I close my eyes and then open them again, and they're like that glowing purple, and I levitate a couple feet into the air.
Yeah, everyone just, again, a little more subdued in that, but a huge confusion, and one woman yells, but that's surprised, and I still retaining the glow and the height. I open my hands. I'm like,
Hit him with the...
I'm like, I open a black hole into the room and just suck it right in, and I'll die.
We got rid of our problem.
According to plan.
Yeah, the whole town's gone.
There we go.
Can't worry if they ain't
No
here.
worries anymore.
Yeah, so you rise up and we see your skeletal cosmic glowing hands.
Yeah. I have complete control over myself. I'm not being driven by anything else. I'm purely in control of myself and this ability. And I release it and I land back on my feet.
Make a perception roll.
Yeah. 9.
9? Okay. Yeah, the stunned is the word I would use from the audience. Not even murmurs. They're just somebody's waiting for somebody else to act in this case. Some people look to Randall. He's been sort of this weird voice of like nobody else will say something that might piss off another person, but Randall just doesn't give a fuck. And he doesn't say anything.
I recognize that I have superhuman powers a few years ago, and through time and experience I've learned to control them and to keep them under wraps for as long as I can. But given the circumstances happening throughout town, I have no choice but to use these gifts in a way that will protect everybody here. I have no choice, and I cannot hide this anymore. It would be irresponsible of me to do that.
All three of you here now in the audience with those words and that display of power, some people say like New York gets brought up again. Ironically enough, with Jordan displaying his powers, people talk about those kids in the news. Those kids in New York, like doing that thing. What is that? And people just talking amongst themselves. Eyes still on you though. All of these eyes on you. And Stone kind of approaches you, puts a hand on the small of your back and just nods. And it's Arabella.
She still with her head down kind of peeks up at the crowd.
And everyone goes absolutely silent. Arabella being the most prominent member of the Arcadian Haven community, having been here her whole life, everybody having known her, it is deathly quiet as everyone waits what the nice convent novitiate girl has to say about what just happened.
She very slowly, kind of fiddling with her fingers, looking at the crowd and quickly back at the ground. You could see tears welling up in her eyes as she walks up to the stage. She stands in front, and for a moment it's just no words come out. Until she finally looks up. Hello everybody. A lot's been going on in town. And it's all really complicated and hard to explain. She kind of looks over, like, to them for help for a minute. Before turning back.
I think when you looked over, them for help, you feel like a tug at your pants, like, or your dress, and you see Bowie. People very confused.
But that ferret's magic.
Yeah, that's just, I, until recently, about a month and a half ago, have been in the dark about all of this, just like you guys are right now. It wasn't until something happened near the convent that it became apparent. That something wasn't right. You deserve to know just as much as anybody else does. And I hope that you'll believe me when I tell you that everybody here has significance and has value in this town, and everybody here is capable of helping in this situation. I haven't been completely honest with all of you. She kind of looks down and like starts fiddling again. Like I said recently, found out that I can do some things. Some things better than others. She slowly unfurls her wings.
Yeah, and we see it completely. Its length over there covers over the rest of the council members, so all you see on stage for that moment is Arabella with those platinum white wings out. Some feathers fall. A stunned awe.
There's more to it than just this. I've also been responsible for some tragic things that have happened in town. Myself and Jordan are burdened with the powers of the kin. And unlike Jordan, I'm not able to control mine quite yet. We're looking for an entrance in a cave. An entrance to some place we're not sure what it is, but we believe that that could be a place to end all of this. And the only reason that we're telling you this right now is because, well, I know what it's like to be left in the dark. And many of the people in the convent knew about these powers and abilities. And I'm sure many of you may have heard something as well about strange things happening, maybe seeing something strange. I know people in the hunting lodge has seen monsters. But I don't want you to think that that doesn't mean this town is safe. It's not like New York. It's not like aliens. It's not like something that is out of our control. We need your help, all of you, just as much as you need us. And I know this is all hard to believe, and I know that it's not exactly an easy pill to swallow. And of course, we'll answer any questions that we can. But if we all work together, I think that we can continue keeping this town safe. And I truly believe that all the citizens here, you all have significance, and you all have the power to change things. I'm sorry that it took this long for it to come out.
It's quiet. Something's changed in the air. People kind of look around, and those glares that you saw of this person next to me could be a problem. This separation of faith amongst each other is settled. And Randall stands up and just says, Whoa, hold on a second. If you said you and him have that power of that kin over there, they said over there, what's to mean you're not the problem over here? How do we know that you're not? And Arabella, somebody steps up behind you and grabs the microphone. You just hear pulls it off the podium, and you hear Anne-Marie Creed, the owner of the Death Adder Bar, and say, Randall, you better sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up from now on. Nobody wants to hear your bullshit, and I have to go back to my bar, get every single bottle, and break it over your fucking head because you're gonna accuse Arabella of being a fucking liar? No one's gonna buy your fucking gas. No one's gonna give a fuck about what you say. And you know what? I'll see you after this.
Earmuffing their kids.
Absolutely. Yeah, you see Laura's like,
It's like,
and Rando just, I rescind my question. It just sits down.
She kind of looks up and she's like, "You're right. We could be a problem. And that's why it's better to come clean and be honest."
Natalie just claps. And people join. It's not a grand, there's no fanfare to it, but people, whether it be out of courtesy or anything there, just to show general support, just
She
clap.
kind of just looks back down and takes a step back.
Yeah. Stone nods, grabs the mic slowly from Hammery, who's just staring daggers at Randall, and he puts it back. Well, answer any other questions you have, I will take them personally over here. Again, that I asked that in recent events, in light of it, you show respect to some individuals here. This emergency meeting is adjourned. And people stand up and they look as though they want to approach the three of you. Some people do, but they realize maybe now's not the time, and they start backing off. And the place starts emptying out. Stone, the council members are still there. There's one janitor. You just see like this really old dude.
The janitor's from out of town. He's like,
He just wears this like really weird, like brown, like burgundy jumpsuit, and he looks decrepit. He's super hunched over. Still like a vacuum, but it's not an electric vacuum. It's one of those like really cheap dollar store push ones.
you push, yeah.
And he just starts walking out, just like, I don't think you need an emergency for that one. I could have told you all of that.
Just holding unimpressed by everything.
Yeah.
And he exits. And Stone comes up and says, I think that went pretty well. People are confused. They're gonna go home. Some of them may not agree, but I think the words all of you said, I think you did a lot.
Definitely went better than it could have.
Word of this is gonna leave the town.
Yep. Amory just grabs you, Arabella, and just pulls you in and just says, oh, honey, that Randall can't bother you anymore. Don't worry about it. I'm so sorry for what you've been through.
Oh, it's okay.
Roland North approaches and says, speaking of which, Arabella, Roderick contacted me earlier saying you were trying to get a hold of me.
Yes.
Something about the mountain.
As I previously stated, there's something in the mountain, an entrance of some sort that we can't seem to find. I figured the police would come and
I said, put it on the damn sirens. I don't need that. Sorry, boss. Sorry, Chief. He says,
I figured with your history, we might know.
I had Roderick do some digging, and there's something all of you should know. The cops are after me. I hope they didn't hear it, so the
I know, right?
lands. I gotta
She's
go.
mad
I'm wanted for 47 counts of
I
murder.
haven't paid taxes in years.
I think I'm so fucking rich.
Oh my god.
He says, I had Roderick look into some old paperwork, and we found something a bit strange. I don't think we would have found it if you didn't say anything about it.
What did you find?
I looked into my father's paperwork from the expansion of Arcadian Haven. A lot of his plans. And a good portion of it was destroyed. Someone tampered with it.
Who would have done that? Was it... Excuse me for asking, but was it you?
No, it wasn't me. I wasn't privy to that information. It wasn't really something I had a big part in myself. Until later on. I think my father got rid of it. And he looks around, but realizes that everybody kind of already knows about what he's about to mention. So he's like, I think it was that thing, that kin, when it took him over. Wanted to hide this information. So I had Roderick do a bit more digging, pop by the manor myself. I found something.
What did you find?
Document detailing a project that my father wanted with the mountain. He wanted to cut a road into it. A sort of tunnel system in which you can drive right through and be connected through all of Arcadian Haven much easier. You don't have to start driving around the whole place to get to one place or another. Just cut right through the mountain. Ultra scenic route, if you would.
Doesn't seem important enough to hide.
I wouldn't think so either. Project didn't get that far either.
Unless...
There's an ulterior motive.
There was a problem with the project. It was too difficult to obtain the results that he wanted. Cave-ins, landslides, eventually. Project was canceled. It was enough of a money sink that it would have been an embarrassment to the entire expansion project. So my father covered it up. Paid off contractors, I imagine. Had the whole thing buried. And got rid of the paperwork after, I guess, or... I don't know why he would do that. But I think it was that thing that did it. He didn't want anybody to know about this path.
I think I know why. I mean, all of the kin are searching for this path right as we speak, and I don't think the kin of greed would really appreciate others going in on his territory.
Do you know the exact location of the start of this path?
That's the problem. I don't know. That information was lost. It's somewhere in that mountain. Around the base, I would imagine, or... Problem is, it can take weeks to find it. Weeks that we may not have. But... with your permission, I'd like to do a more extensive search. And if we all work together, let the town know. Maybe we can get to the bottom of it.
If we do this, there needs to be heavy safety protocols. I mean, this isn't just an entrance to a highway or tunnel, it's something much bigger than that.
We can do what we can in that regard, but it's gonna slow us down. But if we can get enough people, and from the way the three of you spoke today, I don't think that'll be a problem. I think we can make better time.
Well, let's hope. As long as people know not to follow this path if they find it.
Of course. We'll keep it organized. Jessica here is very good at organizing. See Jessica in her chair just nods.
How soon do you think we could get a team together?
I can get it ready today. We'll search every day, every night. I'll update you if you want to help.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can help search using whatever methods we have. We're not trying to hide anymore.
Good. All right. Are you ready now?
Yes.
Nothing else to do.
The words right out of my mouth.
Let's go.
If we find this place, we might be able to find Olivia.
All three of you make perception roll.
lowest perception I've ever rolled in this campaign.
Wow.
Oh,
Total?
12.
Wow.
Oh,
14.
23.
All of you notice that Doc Hal has just been like staring at the three of you. Hand over his mouth. And even as he does walk away, he's just staring at you.
As we leave, I'm gonna reach my hand up and make the cartridge I gave Stone come back to me.
Yeah, I'll get some of my boys together and we can get a search. Rips his back pocket out like, oh shit, my ass. Yeah, you just hear like, oh, damn it.
Just grab it.
You see his like whitey tighties.
Yeah, the little hearts.
Yeah, the little hearts.
Yeah, the white boxers with all the red hearts.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When Arabelle sees Doc Hal kind of hanging back, she's gonna kind of take a step towards him. Doc, if there's any way you might be able to provide services to anybody who might get, trip fall. I mean, especially if it's dark at night.
Of course. I'm not gonna quit my day job.
Okay.
So, the three of you. It takes a few hours for the initial start. It seems as though throughout the whole day, Roland has been kind of creating a rough plan for what to do. All of you make just general intelligence rolls, or presence, whichever you prefer, whichever's higher for you guys.
Both mine are 0, so that's 14.
Oh.
Okay.
And please tell me what stat you used, so I know what method you're using here. So it's
Presence?
presence. Okay.
14.
Oh, sorry.
Intelligence. 17.
Okay.
Is this recalling or just like general knowledge? Because I have the eidetic memory, so it depends.
No.
Just general. Okay, so it's 10 and it's intellect.
Okay. So for individuals who are using intellect in this regard here, the idea is that you are using your own organizational skills, along with Jessica and everything, to form search parties that are competent, using the people of Arcadian Haven, ones who are willing. Obviously, not everybody in Arcadian Haven is willing over here, but because of the really good speeches all three of you gave, there is a lot. The majority of Arcadian Haven seems willing to at least help or not interfere, right? For those who used presence onto that guard, using your presence here, you have the ability to keep these people under your team, especially for you who they may not know you as well. Like Randall joins you. Mitch Anderson joins you. These people, and you can tell that the way Randall is, you're using your general charisma to try and hold them together.
Yeah.
Randall, make an insight roll.
You got all the old guys in town with army fetishes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Randall, and he's not good at it. He's as fake as his toupee.
Yeah.
He is there to like spy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All of you make perception rolls. First, I will make one. Don't add anything. This is for your respective parties to give you an assistant. So see if you get a bonus.
15.
Okay.
15?
15. Okay.
15?
That would have been weird.
Or none for you. You both get +2. Now all three of you make perception rolls with your own perception, and you two add an additional +2 circumstance bonus.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do not understand how you read those dice, bro.
Still quite low with 15.
22.
22. Okay. So the search parties begin. It's starting to get dark, so this particular search isn't going to last as long. But Jessica at some point starts handing out flashlights to people. There's like a general meeting point for certain teams, you start realizing that
And deja vu.
it's starting to expand a bit, and maybe right now there's about 6 teams going out.
It's like looking for ways you can.
Yeah.
All of you go out and find nothing on your first night. You stay up late. People are in relatively good spirits though about it. And the people who are with all of you are asking, especially Randall, are asking questions. Some of them are too shy. They're like, it's like trying to ask somebody about like a disability or something like that. They like don't know what to do, or like their celebrity status or something. They just don't know how to approach that. Others are just, Laura somehow snuck her way into your party, and it's just like,
You ever kill a guy?
you know.
There's a network error. I think that's just on here because that's on final.
Oh yeah, it's still on here. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
good.
Just says click to reload.
It
player.
scared me.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Just this.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's Twitch being Twitch.
Anyway, you ever kill a guy?
Yeah, stuff like that. Deandra's with you too, and so is Liam. Liam found his way into your party. And it is also like, in the way that Laura is very open and prying, Liam, he came on this journey, he's really bad at looking, but he's always close to you. And it's always like he's about to ask something and can't bring it out. He's easy to read, he's a kid.
Yeah. Just like, why are you always staring at me?
Can you do that the thing?
What? Oh,
He raises his hands.
I don't know what to do.
yeah, I'm like, ooh, and it goes away. Like, happy?
Does it hurt?
I mean, kinda.
How bad?
You ever touch a light bulb when it's
No.
been on for too long?
Oh, that's silly.
Yeah, it hurts. It feels like that.
You idiot.
Oh. If I touch it, will it hurt?
It might. Don't try.
He reaches out his hand.
Don't try.
Come on.
No. Your sister would do unspeakable things if I hurt you.
That's true. And so all of you, after a late night, return back to Jordan's house, unless you want to specify otherwise.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of return back to town, and then they, not disengage, disband the parties. Jessica, in like the 5 hours you guys are out looking for stuff and you guys come back, Jessica, true to her reputation, has like a spreadsheet of teams and like organizations out, or organizational parties out, and like clock-in times. Like she's just like, all right, if you really want to find this, you want to come in at this time. She's making sure that people won't just like come in and do stuff. And there's this weird sense of that fear that everybody felt before, at least in the party. It's excitement. People are just, there's a project that the whole town can work on. There's this idea that when there's a common enemy, that's what brings people together.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yep. So you guys return home. Is there anything anybody wants to do before the night ends?
Before I like disperse from my group that I was with searching, I just kind of want to like stop them all, and just be like, "Hey, everyone."
And it's like a dozen people.
Yeah. I know that it's good to all work together on something like this, but I just want to make it clear. If we find what we're looking for,
We shoot it down! Yeah!
no.
No.
That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever we find, it's probably going to be very dangerous, and none of us, even myself, know what we're dealing with here. What we find could very well be friendly. So definitely do not shoot and ask questions later.
Made a persuasion roll.
11.
Sounds about
I
right.
think I will.
Shoot first, ask questions. No.
That's what I heard.
Some people nod. And Randall's like, yep, will do.
Kill him. Make an example.
If anyone innocent gets injured from our hand, I will be the first to hold you accountable.
Intimidate roll.
Get right in his face,
I think my
man.
intimidate's just as bad. 7.
Dude, what?
How is your intimidation low?
It's 2.
That's so weird.
Really?
It's presence. I have no presence.
All right. Good. Yeah. No, your words do have an effect.
Yeah.
But on certain people, maybe less so. Anything else before the next day?
I'm gonna give Raj an update. Just like, went out to the woods, did not find anything. Gonna be looking again tomorrow.
Okay. Jordan, anything? Okay. The it's funny you say that because the next day in one of the parties, you see a familiar individual dressed in what looks to be like gardening equipment, like lawn tan overalls, one of those huge, like, wide-brimmed hats. Over there wearing the gloves. He has a bunch of gardening equipment on him. You see Raj in one of their groups, like, okay, let us begin the search. All of you make perception rolls again. Once for...
So one base, one.
Yep, one base.
5.
9.
14.
Alright, you get a +2. Your group's not as successful for you. And then now perception, please.
Oh, no.
Ooh, there we go.
Oh, no.
I rolled a net 1.
27.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
11.
Yeah.
Total of 7.
Okay. Still nothing for all of you, but your teams have not lost. Your team stumbles a bit, Jordan. People start to wander off a bit. So it's been a bit chaotic. But hearing
Do the glowing thing again.
yeah, but hearing the success of like the other teams, like, hey, like we're making a lot of progress today. Keep in mind, Arcadian Haven, while it is a small town, it is not quite a small town.
Right.
This mountain that you're looking at, I believe I said it last episode. This mountain has always been in view, unless you're like inside and there's no windows. The mountain of Arcadian Haven has always been present in some direction. And that being said, it's not little. It's a mountain. And searching it, the idea that you found that little small tunnel with the help of Bowie. So you have the people now, but you don't have a metal detector, right? So it's just a matter of perseverance.
Arabella starts getting frustrated. When the party starts kind of wavering and going back, she's kind of like, we gotta keep going.
Yeah. People have been treating you a little differently. You've been hearing a lot of sorries. I think on this day, Stone approaches you and asks you what you want to do about funeral services for the convent. Trying to start getting... He just says, think about it.
Yeah.
Don't decide now. And this is a good distraction.
Yeah, I guess I'll get back to you on that.
And the night comes, or rather, it's like sundown, sunset, I should say. And Arabella, you do receive a call. Or rather, as you guys are kind of returning back, Natalie stops you. This is, hi, Arabella. Hey, can I talk to you?
Sure, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're wrapping up for today, right? Jessica, she's the boss. I don't take a break without letting Jessica know.
Sure.
I was just wondering if you wanted to go for a walk with me.
I thought I might keep searching for a little bit, but if it's a short walk.
Only if you feel comfortable with it.
She kind of looks back and looks at her. Sure.
She says, "There's a trail I want to bring you to. It's nice. You've been there. Near the lake.
Oh, that is a nice trail.
Come on." She walks to her car.
She walks very hesitantly.
She will bring you to, as we have all seen before. I think the time we saw was with Jordan, and when he first went outside of the office, when Natalie and Jordan went on a walk together. It's that same trail. Also the same trail at some point, which leads to the spot where Lacey's service was, where you lit the lantern, stuff like that. She parks in this very small lot. She says, I haven't been on my usual runs lately, so I gotta get my walks in when I can.
Sure.
And she just starts walking with you.
Yeah. Yeah, Arabella's obviously not her usual self. She's not initiating conversations. She's just kind of giving short answers, looking at the time.
Yeah. Fall is sort of in full effect right now. A lot of the ground is covered in changing leaves. Some trees, like from the very beginning, like the smaller trees are bare now. It's nice. It's quaint. It's changing. There's motion all around you. You guys are walking, and she points over to the path. There's a hole in like one of the rotting wooden fences. She says, "Oh, I love this spot. Come on." She slides down, and there's a very rocky beach. Small. You can walk it in maybe like 5 to 10 minutes.
Sure.
But there's very small waves. And you can see the large lake overhead. And oddly enough, in that lake, reflected off the still pool in the distance, you see the mountain reflected. She says, "You know, I wanted to be an astronaut when I was younger."
Why didn't you?
Well, you can't tell Jordan any of this. I think he poked fun at me. It's a little ironic.
Well,
My family was a bit well off. Nothing extravagant, but well enough that I had the freedom to go almost anywhere I wanted. I lived on planes right out of high school. And my friends used to always say, "Your last name is home, so you carry it with you wherever you go." Truth was, no place felt like home. Looked everywhere and thought maybe it was beyond the exosphere. Went to school for engineering and mathematics, believe it or not. Terrible at it. I'd like to say I walked by a lecture hall where some dashing and inspirational professor who was marinating their own passionate sweat as he declared everlasting war against mental health spoke, but I kind of just settled on counseling after flunking. Turns out, people are actually more difficult to understand than machines and the space-time continuum.
you could say that again.
Yeah, but I worked really hard, really, really hard, and I just couldn't let it go. Hearing people's stories, offering different perspectives, recontextualizing problems, helping them just felt right. Sometimes, though, what I felt was right didn't always turn out to be right. I lost someone. And while their note didn't mention me or what I said, some people grieve in different ways. And the timing was there.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I almost gave up right then and there. Ripped up my doctorate and everything. Then I looked at my calendar. Progress that I couldn't just put a stop on. I decided to finish what I started with them before packing up and finding a new home. Over a decade later, and here I am, in Arcadian Haven, where the people and their strife is my home. And it always was. I could bring you into my office, Arabella. I could close the door, brandish my degree for all the debt it's worth, wax on and on about cognitive restructuring and complicated grief therapy. It works wonders for some, but it's there if you want it. But your world is expanded beyond anything you've ever experienced in the past. In just a couple of months, you both gained and lost to an extraordinary degree. And I can't promise that you'll be okay or that time will cater to your wounds. I can only say that with absolute certainty, you still have a home. You define that, and you truly carry that with you. A bit long-winded. Sorry. It's, you know, what I do.
Yeah. And you're very good at it.
Let's head back. You look like you're in agony.
Eager to find an end to this.
She offers a hug.
She gives her a hug. Throughout this entire time, I'm realizing that I've been lying to everybody, including myself. I always thought, you know, that I would do my best to help everyone. I mean, I guess we're similar in that way. That's kind of what I do as well.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until recently just how much I've taken away from people. People who trust me, just like many people in the town do. I don't feel like their trust is well placed. I've caused just as much, if not more, pain in my life than I have helped anybody. And I don't know if I can make that up. And I honestly don't know if I can continue. But the one thing that I know I can do is find Olivia. And if that's my last good thing that I do, then that will have been worth it.
We're gonna help you every step of the way. I promise. Barrett, Jordan, myself, everyone.
I thought that being able to heal people would be more helpful than it actually is. Turns out I'm better at killing people.
I wouldn't be walking on this beach if it weren't for you. I'd still be in a cast. Come on. I understand.
I'm sorry for what happened with Sales.
It's not your fault. That's his fault. He paid for it.
I just hope that after everything ends, that I can be forgiven by everybody that I've caused harm.
I hope hope so, Arabella.
We should probably head back.
She nods. It's a silent return. Anybody want to do anything for the night? Or the next day?
No, but I do want to do something the next day.
Okay. Go ahead.
Just when the searches get started, I want to try to. This doesn't work. It's fine. I want to try to use tracking to see if anyone's been in these woods.
Yes. Roll a d20.
Like besides the obvious.
Yeah. Roll that perception.
26.
Yes. Someone's been going ahead of the predetermined paths that have been established. A single set of footsteps has been making incredible progress.
Okay. When we start our search, I'm gonna lead the group down that path, following that person.
Yeah. It actually doesn't take long. All of you immediately, let's set out. And Roland North comes in, it sharpens up, and he says, wait, hold on a moment. We found it.
Found what?
Not entirely sure. We'll go check it out, but Jason found it. Kid's been awake ever since the end of the town meeting.
And is everyone okay?
It was just him. He just called me up.
Where is he right now?
He's there. He's been describing the place to me. Let's go.
If that's the case, we can't bring an entire party with us.
He said it's an entire cave-in. There's nothing there. We'll have to check it out. We'll have to dig it out.
All right, take us there first. If we need backup, we'll call in people.
All right.
Okay. Let's go.
North and Roderick both take you. They are on the phone with Jason. More like Roderick is. North's like, I hear him. He said that way. Like, no, he's moving through, and eventually leads you through these dense forest paths, and you pass an area that you've gotten close to around, but just like Roland said over here, this cave-in, it looks so natural. It looks as though this place was purposefully covered. And it's this large, like, very steep, like, incline upwards. And you see Jason with this filthy, mud-covered boots all the way up to, like, his knees. He looks haggard, tired, hunched over. He just has his hands like in some dirt and he's like throwing it aside, just like looking around. And he looks over as you guys break through the foliage. He says, "Oh, nice, you guys are here. Yeah, I think this is it."
How'd you find it?
I've been searching all night.
Thank you.
I know these woods a lot better than most around here.
Figured you might.
Well, I appreciate the work.
If you feel, and he motions you guys to like, and whatever, he's like, this earth is a little softer than the others. And he points out these like shifts in the dirt that if you were just passing by, you never would have seen, ever. And you just look and you think maybe this is it.
How are we gonna get past this?
Well, we'll have to do a digging operation.
I look over at Jordan.
It's gonna take a bit more than you, but you can help.
What do you need me to do?
Well, first off, I'm going to help the best way I can. Contracting! It's like a little like time skip happens where Roland North gathers together essentially anybody with construction equipment, gardening equipment. The whole town is abuzz. Something was found. Something exciting in Arcadian Haven. Something that can help this maybe answer something. and all throughout the like I think the biggest help, ironically, is this large construction equipment owned by Mitch Anderson, who comes in just like this bulldozer. And soon we kind of see this weird skip in time, like we see the side of the mountain, and then we have this sort of fade in montage. This event takes, give me 1 second, just want to get it right. About through the course of 6 days, this gets set up. Roland North makes a point. He has like this whole entire area is turned into like this excavating site. This really rudimentary, cheap excavating site. Roland North has a hard hat on. He makes everybody wear hard hats, but like he's not doing any work. He's just like supervisor. Roderick is like writing all this stuff down. Jordan, you're asked to help by using your powers, and in which case it's sort of, they start digging out this area and they want you to use your pulling abilities, your black holes, to bring it towards Mitch's machine. So you and Mitch have to work together to excavate this. And every time, do you agree? First off, obviously, I'm not going to say you don't. They can find alternatives. They say they can do it without you, but it'll take a lot more time.
I don't want anyone near me while I'm doing it.
Sure. That doesn't mean audiences don't show up.
Yeah.
Far in the minimum distance, you have like.
Oh, it's all cell phones.
No.
Really?
People in Arcadian Haven, maybe Randall takes out his cell phone and some, Anne Marie's behind him, like. But people seem respectful. This isn't like a city, right? Like they know you, and they respect you. Like maybe one person sees you like glare at that like uncomfortable, and someone's like, hey, to that person, and they're respectful to you.
Interesting.
Yeah, but a large amount of people people who aren't even helping with the excavation still like gather around throughout the working hours of the day, and they're just like, ooh, and the minimum distance they can be, and you reach out and start pulling out these rocks, and it's incredibly helpful. What Roland North says what would have taken 2 to 3 weeks of progress, you've done in just days with their help, and just crushing through over there. Arabella, people get injured on the job per usual, and you are asked to help if you're accepted to heal. And little crowds would. Do you agree? Or
Yeah.
little crowds would gather around there. Like, oh, I got this bunion on my toe. Can you hear that?
Sorry.
No, run.
Just the whole time, like almost 24/7. That's where Arabella is, like also doing like heavy work, like trying to dig stuff out to the best of her ability.
Yeah. Barrett.
Shoot the TNT.
Demolitions expert.
Essentially. There's obviously your powers, you don't have any.
Yeah.
Your gun is not very effective in this case.
Yeah.
But you, first off, I want to make a perception roll.
Okay. 23.
Maybe about day 3 or day 4. You're helping out the cause. Jason is there. He was forced by Doc Hal to rest because he was up for almost 72 hours living for this place. He's back, fervently digging with a shovel, helping out. He's just wearing like this very loose white shirt throughout, just pouring sweat. And you see tied around his neck, fashioned into a necklace, is a bullet.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna approach him when I see that.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Stare, Barrett. Hi, how are you?
As good as I can be. Hey, I just wanted to ask. a necklace.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, this? Oh, they found it on Lacey. Her belongings when, you know, thought it was a weird caliber for her to have, but
Yeah. And I'm just gonna take one out and show it to him.
oh.
Thought you should know.
I see. I'm gonna picks up a shovel. And he just shovels away from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's put the bowl back.
On middle of day 6, you guys throughout maybe like day 4 or 5 start realizing that this cavern is taking shape. A predetermined shape, or rather not predetermined, but a pre-established shape. That of a wide tunnel and the start of a road. And then it starts to open up more and more until at one point, Jordan, covered in sweat, using your powers over there, you take a step away. There's like a tent set up where Jessica, Oster, other people have been setting up like food stalls over there. There's even like next to that, you see Walter with all the like, he brought some like weird animals with him over here to like start digging. There's like dogs and stuff that like, just like that they use, but it wasn't really useful, so it just keeps the kids occupied, whatever. It's just like a nice little corner. You know, Arabella, you're healing somebody on like a scrape they had. Barrett, you were treating, somebody's talking to you over there, and you guys hear like, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, and a lot of yelling, and people just smoke bellow out. You're beep, 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 as Mitch's truck is put into reverse. Large truck is in reverse and clears through the smoke, or the dust. And he opens the door. Oh, fuck! God. Broke into something over there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run in that direction.
Yeah.
Same.
People all around, crowding a bit, waiting for the dust to settle. Raj is there as well. He just walks into the dust storm and disappears into it. And once it settles down, you guys see a smaller hole that was set up, but inside is darkness.
Looks like we made it finally.
Thank God.
Hey everyone, back away. Come on.
Sheriff Stone is there as well. All right, you heard him. Back up. Back it up over here, guys. And everyone starts clearing the way. And he approaches you. This is it? What is this?
We don't know.
This could be it.
Maybe we should check it out.
It could be it, it could be nothing, but I think for everyone's safety, maybe let us lead the way.
Well, we should check it out. I think you guys might be better staying here for a minute.
I agree with that.
All right. Here, and he goes back to his car real quick and comes out with like a bag of glow sticks. It's like these large, like industrial glow sticks. And gives them all. All of you can add glow sticks to your inventory.
Glow sticks.
Yeah.
Glow.
Gonna have a rave.
I'm adding it. Glow stick. I have dark vision.
Over.
Yeah, you're like,
It's cool though. It's like,
I give Sheriff Stone my number.
Oh.
sure. Do you
Thanks
let
for
him,
the glow stick.
lead him the phone?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a list of
No,
contacts.
that's all it
I think you
takes.
should have.
I know I should.
Please write down the list of contacts you have under the.
I think it's just
icon.
us, Raj, and
Is that how you
and-
picked her
and
up?
Now.
Did you put Nat in?
glow stick.
Nat.
I don't know if she.
I didn't know it was that easy. It's
If
like
you
gotta
want
do
to
it.
add any of the townspeople,
Yeah.
I will let you do so now. You
Okay.
have 10 seconds.
Okay. That's too much pressure. Definitely Roland, Natalie, Town, Sheriff Stone.
Done. That's it. Too bad.
I don't know where to write this. Okay.
When the smoke clears, just standing in front of the darkness, Raj is already standing there.
Raj.
His back is to you.
I knew he would be here.
He's been helping us.
Let us go.
I guess that means we have the right place.
She just marches.
Yeah, Bowie is with you guys as well.
I'll take up the rear.
There's a chill in this place. It's cool. It's getting cold outside enough as it is, but with all the work you guys have been putting in, you've been working up sweats. The cold isn't really a problem, but in here there's a chill. There's no light, save the one behind you. However, with your dark vision, Barrett, it's quite easy to see this large cavern in front of you. You can see where there's this sort of concrete like rise in the center that is separating two roads, right? Like incoming, two separate ways of traffic. The cavern, this cylindrical pattern around, is covered in black, like matte black rocks with stems reaching out. And it isn't until you two, when your eyes adjust, that the faint light that you do have, you do see them all throughout. Hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of them.
I don't know what those things are, but they creep me out. It's the same as that cave.
Sorry.
I think before we hit an outer wall of this cave that we're in now.
You might be right.
I think we were on the outer edges. I think now we're inside it.
Arabella immediately starts investigating, taking out the rocks she had from the other cave and the one that Laura gave her, or Liam.
You mean the P rock?
The P rock and the N rock. And starts like comparing it just to see if it's similar.
It is?
Okay.
We would like to buy a vowel rock.
I see.
Yeah.
That'll be 40 power points. You win a free car.
Nice. Woo!
We can make the pan rock.
All of you also see, right near the entrance, this decrepit collapse that all the tires are destroyed. It's covered in rubble. You see a pickup truck. It was caught in here and forgotten.
You really abandoned this project fast, huh?
It must have been dangerous if they had to leave it like this. Arabella's gonna investigate. Is there any way to is the truck like covered in anything, or is it accessible?
Like half of the truck, like the top and the passenger side, is covered in just soot and rather like sand, sedimentary rock. Like it's impossible. You can like open the, force open the driver's side door and get to like the steering wheel and stuff. But the rest of it is gone.
Okay.
What was that video game where Sam Witwer was the main character and it was about zombies and he was a biker?
Oh, the recent one?
Yeah, it was out a couple years ago.
Days Gone?
Days Gone.
The very beginning, he goes in like an abandoned
Interesting. I never played it.
tunnel. There's just like old broken down cars in it, and it's full of zombies. It's all
this right now.
Yeah. Big zombie apocalypse.
Is the middle thing or glove box accessible? Could she look to see if there's like a name on the truck or anything like that?
You don't see anything.
Okay.
Make a best of your roll.
Oof.
I know. Investigate.
Bro, it is toasty in here.
11.
I'm sorry.
Ball soup.
It's 11.
Yeah.
You find a old wrapped up big red gum package.
Big
It like shatters in your mouth when you chew it.
Yeah.
Raj steps in. He starts walking forward. And he looks to the right, to the left. He looks back at you guys and says, "You two. You can influence this place.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You possess the gifts of kin. If you use those gifts on these walls, I wonder what will happen."
What is he talking about?
Is my healing still a part of Carnage?
It is.
So I guess it's not gone then.
He doesn't answer you.
Don't think too hard about it.
It's easy for you to say. When I tried to heal it last time, it reacted, so maybe if we both do something together.
Okay.
He walks the two of you over to the side, and just like a random stem outcropping, and he, "Please."
Gotta get my coat.
Get that in the truck.
Yeah.
30-year-old soda.
Eaten through the bottle,
Yeah.
through the truck.
But it's still in the bottle shape.
She's congealed.
Alright.
What should we do?
I'm just gonna heal it like I did last time. I guess if you use any of your powers, I guess. Anything that conservation.
Nothing extravagant. We're just testing.
Okay.
She puts her hand on the rock.
I allow my hand to glow and I do the same and I lean against it.
Immediately, the wall moves like rubber all around and straightens back out, but it, like a wave ripples throughout the entire cavern, and all of these rocks begin to glow. This black light with a hint of white to it. So it's not a lot of light, but this entire cavern is now illuminated. None of you suffer the... You didn't anyway, but sort of blindness is suddenly it's illuminated going forward. Ah, I see. It worked. Very good.
What is this stuff?
I'm not sure.
Kin rocks?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Let us proceed.
Okay.
He walks forward. Bowie has been sniffing around. Sniffs at the rocks now. Returns back to you guys. Seems as though for once Bowie isn't straying as much.
Arabella's staying up, like, not leading the charge, but definitely walking at a faster pace, motivated to continue forward.
Yeah, I'm kind of like sticking in the back, just kind of like taking in the scenery on guard.
The path forward, the road keeps twisting and turning and winding. It seems almost nonsensical, but these lights follow you. Until they don't. Partway through, it's pretty stark. It's like light, stop. And they're dark again. The rocks are still there, they're completely dark. And it happens when this road ends and leads to a large, maybe frozen.
I didn't want to interrupt you. I was like,
It worked longer that time.
know.
I know at least
I was
that.
hoping that fixed it when you switched the USB.
I know.
At least we look very attentive.
We do.
Look at us. So we're such good doobies.
We are good doobies.
Yeah, that's what my middle school teachers call us. Good doobies.
Your teacher was high.
No,
think so.
it's like good pupils.
Just smoking a doobie.
Smoking doobie.
It's like a good pupil.
Got them good doobs.
Okay.
Good doobs.
This maybe 500 foot long
Hot dog.
hot dog you just expanse of darkness where below you it just dips and you cannot see the bottom.
It was like buffering for whatever reason. Oh, it's still buffering on my phone a little
Buffering on
bit.
TV.
Yeah, that's what made me look at my phone.
Buffering on here too. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Twitch. Hello, Twitch.
Twitch, hello?
Cool.
Come on, Twitch.
Cool.
What's going on with you today? Come on, look at me. Twitch. Come on.
Timmy and I had a little chat.
Yeah.
I was just worried because it was going on my phone too, so I didn't know if the stream was like gonna be.
The air is stale, dusty. And in front of you is just this open sea of darkness. What do you do?
Looks like this is as far as they got.
Well, we're gonna have to keep going. She's gonna use one of the glow sticks.
Break it. Bright green light illuminates in front of you.
Activate a ball of soul fire. Throw it.
It homes.
It's what? On the darkness.
Cast magic missile into the dark.
After you.
She just nods and continues to walk forward.
It's a pit.
Oh, it's a pit. Oh, well, she's
Yeah, you fall and fall and fall.
Oh no.
You guys, you watch as Arabella disappears into this darkness, swallowing that green light.
She's gonna keep her wings out for her.
And then what do you guys do? You follow or?
After you.
You want me to go down there?
You can fly.
What are you gonna do?
Figure it out.
Looks like you're coming with me.
Either I carry you, or I leave you here.
Carry me.
Back or bridal style?
You choose.
I don't know which is more embarrassing for me.
I'll get on your back.
I was afraid you'd say that. Get on.
Fireman carry.
I know.
Piggyback, you know.
That's such a good image, just barely.
And then Bowie climbs on your head. You're this tower of the party. And you just start floating down.
As soon as we lift off the ground, I'm just like, lift off.
Whoa.
Raj, as you guys start floating down, he kind of just sinks his hand into the wall, just pierces right through the rock with his fingers, and
Oh my god.
slides down.
Damn.
I don't like that.
He like goes like past us as it. I'm just like, cool guy.
Yeah, he like goes out, and he's still
fast.
he's still wearing like the overalls. He just like as he's sliding down, takes off his hat.
Mary Poppins.
It takes almost a minute for you guys to reach the bottom. And as you do, more of this, the ground was not made up of this rock. Remember, it was like this, it was more developed. It was like built over this concrete, whatever. Like all the roads that were being created. But now you see the stems reaching upward now, as the entire ground that you're at is made up of this strange material. And as you all touch down, Bowie leaps off you and starts scrambling around, like sniffing the air. And you see this energy coiling off of him.
Oh, someone's excited.
Are we close? Is this it?
I think we are.
Jordan, could we get it lit up? She kind of like leans down toward the ground and uses her.
Yeah, I do the same.
Instead of the lights forming now, all of you are suddenly pushed into the air about a foot. And while two of you already have this ability, Barrett, you gain the fly 1 rank.
Nice!
Fly! For the first
can
time in
fly.
ever playing this game.
We can
You could fly before. When we were fighting, what's his face?
We can fly. We can fly.
We were in the Umbra, we were fighting.
Oh,
fucking-
you're right.
Yeah.
No.
Bowie's just unaware of how to really use this ability.
I kind of try to
floating.
scoop him.
Yeah. Yeah, you two are able to control yourselves perfectly. Raj seems pretty comfortable. Barrett kind of has to get his bearings really quick.
Yeah.
And Bowie's tugging at you, just in a direction.
I think he's trying to lead us somewhere. Are you ready? Can we go?
Yeah.
Should we follow?
Minute after minute, moving at a
GPS.
slower pace, careful. And all of you can see a red light.
The power down here.
Weird.
I don't think that's Howard.
Closer you approach. And that red light, like a lighthouse, a beacon in a fog. In this miasma of darkness. You start seeing pockets of collapsed road. They did make it this far. And beyond this rubble, and these remnants, lies the source of that red light. A double door. Bowie leaps from your arms, hurls his body towards it, and starts scratching at it. And Raj says, I can feel it. Two of you make will saves.
I guess we can feel it too.
I don't want to. Oh, I don't want
Can
to.
you feel it now?
I don't want
Captain
to.
Compos? 17.
7.
Ooh.
Jordan, that door seems very important. And without a will of your own, you step forward and you feel something squeeze your shoulder. Familiar, comforting presence that just says, take it slow. Arabella, you need to get through that door. You absolutely, without any doubt, need to get through that door. Raj also steps forward.
Do I notice them? Do they look weird?
Make an insight
They're
roll.
walking like zombies.
Make an insight roll.
Affected by the kin magnet.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
You notice that slight hesitation from Jordan. How do you react, Arabella?
Face plants into the door. Starts licking it.
She's immediately just this look of almost obsession, like, I need to get through here. This is how I have to do it. Like, this is where we need to go. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Like, I just have to go. Almost like frantic looking, walking directly to the door without that usual consideration or carefulness.
Absolutely. Notice that.
Yeah, when I notice that, I'm not gonna like run to Arabella. I'm just gonna walk towards her at a quickened pace, just kind of put my hand on her shoulder and be like, "Are you all right?"
I need to get through that door.
Yeah, we're going.
I need to get there now.
Hey, Get a grip.
Once I get through that door, she can be there. There's something, this could end everything. I need to get through that door.
This might not be her. It might not have her on the other side.
It has to.
This is the answer to everything.
Exactly.
We have to be cautious.
Yeah, we need to be cautious.
We have been. And now it's the time for action.
Arabella, you're part kin.
And so are you.
Right, which is why we need to be extremely careful, because this thing is calling all kin here.
But we're the only ones who made it.
Right, which is why we need to be incredibly careful.
You're not the only ones who made it. Maybe I should go through first.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
I don't sense any calling from this door. It's just where everyone's telling me to go.
As you're saying this, she's like,
Yeah, the doors don't have any like handle, right? Like, well, you saw that they at one point did, like just regular kind of handles over, but where that is just smooth now, as if the metal was melted.
Does that mean we're frozen?
No. As if the handles were melted into it.
Then let me just walk through. I'm not locking you guys out. I'll just see what's inside, then I'll let you in.
I need to go with you.
It's not gonna happen.
Wait.
I cannot wait.
This is what everything in this town was feeling.
We're here for a reason.
And so were they. That's why they opened Umbra's here. All to get here. You're feeling what they felt.
She just starts like trying to get like her fingers in the crack of a door, or like since there's no handle.
As that's happening, I'm just gonna try and like get my back to the door, like in front of you, just to stop you from clawing at it. Let me go in first. I'll let you in. You too. And I look at Raj. Just wait here.
Raj has been almost vibrating, just.
Is Bowie kind of the same?
Bowie's just scratching at the door. Yes, I will wait.
She just looks at you like uncharacteristic. Kind of gives you a dirty look.
Can I try and like? I don't know if I'm supposed to push this door or pull this door because there's no handle on it.
Oh, this is always real awkward.
Can I just try and like lean back against it and like see if it budges?
Make a strength roll.
19.
You feel a give, but you'll need a bit more. It's very rusty.
Okay.
You feel like you made a little bit of progress in it, though. It's definitely possible.
All right.
I step forward at a hand and push into it too.
Yeah. Strength roll. DC is lower.
Oof. That's okay. 9.
9.
Yeah. I rolled a 2.
You can try. Both of you can try again if you want.
I'm gonna also try to get through.
All three of you. Okay. Arabella, you roll.
I got no strength.
The DC is lowered.
13.
With the three of you having given your fair share, Arabella, just in this frantic, shoves right by both of you, and the door opens up. And the first thing you see inside is a large sort of bowl of earth that leads downward from you, maybe 20 feet downward. It's like a ramp that leads into this bowl. And hanging from the ceiling are chains, rusted. In several outcroppings of this bowl-like shape, there looks to be grates made of rock. You look over, and there are these holes in the walls with stacks of strange objects, like furniture. And in the center, the most eye-catching object is one of those black matte rocks. But it's bulging out in the center of the room. This rough, coarse sphere, maybe 25 feet in diameter around, rising about waist height. Very exactly similar to what you saw, what you've been seeing. Raj stumbles in quickly, and Bowie charges in. They both slide down into this room. And they approach the center object. Bowie sniffing around, and Raj.
Yeah, just kind of, I slide down after, just like, all right.
Sam.
Gotta follow too.
Raj, as I'm sliding down, I'm just like, Raj, what is that?
I don't know. What is any of this? And he just starts pacing around, looking angry. And just speaking. And he starts speaking in a language you cannot understand, talking to himself. And with this language carries several voices.
Well, this wasn't what I was expecting in here. It just looks like more cave.
I look frantically at Bowie. Bowie, what is this? Is this where we're supposed to be?
He looks at the rock and is just staring at it now.
I'm gonna go up to the rock and just kind of like, I'm just gonna try and like push it, touch it.
Yeah,
I know it's huge, but
it's dense, right? You push at it, doesn't absolutely no give, but it's the same material as the P rock, all that.
you guys want to try like the lights?
I was thinking that.
Yeah, let's do it.
You reach out, and your fingers begin to crackle with energy as you approach. And place your hand. Barrett, you're kind of behind looking, and Raj stops as they proceed, and he turns over. The voice, he stops moving his mouth, but the voices take an extra second to stop behind him. And he looks over, eyes wide, and he says, "No." And both of you touch. Can I see the P and N rock cards?
Why?
It's gonna write words.
They have turned into the.
Peen.
The penis rocks.
The peen.
We're gonna get a vowel and I. It's gonna be the nip rock.
The nip rock.
It's full of booze.
The pun rock.
We weren't supposed to do that.
It's gonna
Oops.
be the. Okay, it's gonna. I'm gonna make a guess. It's gonna be the punch and
Nibble.
nibble rock. The punch rock and the nibble rock.
The poop and the nope rock.
Should I disperse one?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay.
We see peeling like the skin of a reptile, like the peeling of paint off an old wall. This matte finish, followed by a light. This rock begins to shed. The rocks that you have begin to shed. And replacing that matte, dark, obsidian black finish are bright, colorful, whimsical, brilliant lights of crystals. And this wind courses out, all of you blown back a few feet. The entire chamber begins to rattle as the chains, the ground itself. Raj takes a step back absolute fear throughout him. And you see this center of the room is now this brilliant blue diamond. And out from the center, a figure begins to emerge from it, like liquid taking form. As these legs, less so legs, more like a stem, expanding out into thighs and then the lower body, upward, items begin to form. And we see a weird saw, strange tools, hammers, strings. We see porcelain blue skin with icy blue veins form through. This half-shaped form growing before you. These sharp teeth, skin covered in jewels, crystals, all radiating light and power. No hair, just completely bald as this cloak forms over, hiding more features. This figure looks up. So, this is it. Back again. He looks over. Every movement of his body cracks, and you see little stardust falling from him. He looks over to Raj. Fancy seeing you here. Vishka Sutanel Raj. And you all hear Raj speak. Lakat Batse Padara. As the divine jeweler stands before you. And we fade to black.
Damn, dude.
It should have been. It should have been so obvious.
Yeah, that should have been.
Well, thank you for joining us in this week's episode of the Umbra Initiative. We hope you liked what you see as always. Thank you for supporting us in this venture here. One more episode for season one of the Umbra Initiative. So join us next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for the season 1 finale.
Oh,
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Twitch.tv/TTAPNX. You can watch it live. Twitch.tv/TTAPNX.
Come watch it. Come say hi.
Come say hi over there. We're gonna record.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk about what just happened.
Thank you to our Patreon users, patreon.com/the Initiative, where you can support us directly over there. I think that's it. Thank you, Rogue Energy. You can use code KTX at checkout at rogueenergy.com. Save 10% on your order and support us. Or go to our merch shop. You want to drop links?
No.
We'll see you guys next week. We love you. We're gonna go raid.
Fuck.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fuck.